Well, this was going to be a 1K Q&A, but at this point, it's looking like it's going to be a 2K. First off, thanks to everybody for following me. In 2 weeks, I have made more subs than I had in 2 years. Technically, even more than that, but 2 years since I actually started doing this kind of seriously. I was actually putting out content, but I wasn't just like, oh hey, here's video from a family member's birthday or something. It feels weird saying this, but I never expected to get to this number this fast. I expect like maybe next year I'd have like 500. So yeah, thank you all. My channel's under review for monetization now. If you see ads on any older video, it's because they've been claimed. Onision, he claimed straight up the whole anything ad rev wise from the first video, so he gets all that, which kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Like, how big is that video right now? It's bigger than any of his current uploads. I know that. 71,000 views as of right now. So yeah, that's more than any video he's put out in a long time, and he gets that, which is great. It's really great. So yeah, the ads will eventually come. As long as if it's a 40 or 50 minute video, because I've got a couple of those that I'm going to talk about. There might be more than just one ad, but there's always only going to be just one for anything lower than like 50 minutes. I'm not a J station. I'm not gonna fill you with ads or some shit. So we're gonna get into some of the questions that I wrote up for myself, and then we're going to go into other questions. And there's a couple that I'm gonna save to the end, just because those are probably better at the end anyways. Who are you? Well, my channel's name is Fuzhou, which is a story about that. I was gonna make architecture videos at one point, and I realized nobody watches those, and I was going to talk about mostly foreign architecture and how it influenced American architecture, and again, like I said, nobody wants to watch that. I've seen other videos, they're boring, so I've kind of just kept the channel name, and this isn't going to dox myself, but if you go and email me, it says my name is Mike, so if you want to call me Mike, you can. It's up to you guys. Will you ever do a video face cam or a vlog? I might. Eventually down the road, that's something that I thought about. I'd have to like build a set, you know, but that's not for a while. That's not for at least like a few months. So maybe closer to like VidCon next year. I'm definitely going to VidCon 2020. I do not have the kind of money or the time or planned for it to go to VidCon 2019, which is going on right now. So it's going on next week, I think. Yeah. What about advertising? Now, I'm going to try to be as transparent as possible. If I take a brand deal, it will never be for something that either I wouldn't use or a game I wouldn't play if those decide to come to the channel. I use stuff like Dollar Shave Club and NordVPN, stuff like that. You're never gonna see me advertise a loot box kind of site where you know, like with Jake Paul and was it Jake Paul or Logan? It was one of the Pauls and Rice Gum, where they advertised the whole hey, put $5 on for a chance to win Supreme shit, and then yeah, I'm not ever doing that. Those are not the kind of ads you'll ever see me run on this channel. And I'm always going to try to be transparent between what's an ad and what's not an ad. And there will always be this little logo. YouTube provides this actually in your menus that will show up whenever I have a video that's a paid promotion or has paid promotion in it. So I'm always going to try to be transparent with people. I'm never going to make it seem like, oh hey, you know, we're talking about this, nudge nudge, buy it. No, I'm always going to say, hey, now let's talk about the sponsor, that kind of stuff. And you might have seen it in a couple of the videos, but most videos where I've got gameplay footage, I have links to buy them in the description because I am an Amazon affiliate, an Amazon partner. I'm a Twitch affiliate, so I get affiliate links. And if you end up buying a game that's in that description, I get a little bit of a kickback from its bought. Something I'm going to do every year, especially around tax time, is go through how much money I've made through ad revenue if I can. Well, not ad revenue, but from sponsorships and stuff if I can. Obviously, I have to do have taxes, but I'm going to try to at least be transparent with you guys as well and explain where everything is going in the future. Same with Patreon money. Eventually, I'll have a breakdown of where I'm spending Patreon money to increase the channel. Patreon's a different thing, and we're going to talk about that later. But I'm going to always try to keep you guys informed with what the scale of everything is, because you guys should know. I think you guys should know. That's interesting to me. So now we're going to get into some like viewer topics, viewer questions. I posted a video. It got 14 comments, and we're going to go through all of them. What made you decide to make this style of content? Also, how old are you? You know, I've been making similar content to this for a little while. My channel has been pretty much a throw it on the wall and see if people like it. And usually if it gets like 40 views, that's good for me. That's why it's been insane seeing these videos get like an insane amount of views. So I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna keep working on this kind of stuff. Someone also said, you enjoy doing this type of content, and also what inspired you to do it? If not, what do you really want to do first? I enjoy it. I'm one of those weird people. I enjoy taking like a deep dive into weird shit. I've spent a lot of time on the internet. I've been around, and I've seen stories where it's like, huh, okay, why is nobody talking about this? And I've got a few of those. And there's some obviously very people talking about it. The channel, like the video names are it was a last minute thing when I uploaded that first video where I was like, what do I title this? Oh yeah, hey, why does nobody bring up... It was a last minute kind of title. So it just kind of popped out there. I was inspired just by seeing like nobody kind of bring it up anymore. Both of those, honestly. And I've gotten some criticism for bringing up Shiloh and all that, and I understand that criticism, but I think especially the Seer one, that's something that people should be holding Onision's ass to. Same with the Shiloh stuff, that's just me. I'm gonna say not really what I wanted to do first, what I want to do next. I've got my eyes on a few people where I'm like, nobody brings this up anymore, somebody should talk about how fucked up this person is. A couple of them are kind of like, I shouldn't bring up and I should probably save for later. I've got some ideas, is what I'll say. Got some ideas. True Will Pell. Oh, I should say Prideless Chicks is the one who said that first comment. I should. And Ocean Eye said the second one. All right, the next one by True Will Pelt. What games are you looking forward to that you saw at E3? Are you a Halo fan? If so, thoughts on Discover Hope teaser? This E3 was really good for me. Between Square Enix showing off, you know, Marvel's Avengers, which looks pretty damn good, honestly. You've got a ton of insane games this year. Next couple of years, you got Elden Ring, you've got Gears 5, you've got... Nintendo showed a ton. Can we talk about how Nintendo stole that fucking show? You know, you had Cyberpunk, which... It keeps getting better. It keeps getting more and more interesting to me each time they show it. And I was already hyped when they showed the original trailer years ago. Dragon Quest XI coming to the Switch is really interesting. Animal Crossing next year. Link's Awakening is looking really good, the remake. John Romero's new game, Empire of Sin, looks really good too, which... The words John Romero in video game brings up awful, awful flashbacks of the early 2000s for me. He didn't make me his bitch with Daikatana. I'm just gonna say that. I was nervous, but I'm like, okay, Empire of Sin looks really good from all the footage. Sega with a Panzer Dragoon remake, which you don't honestly know how excited that makes me. The Division 2's DLC got announced, going back to Coney Island, I think. Final Fantasy VIII, Ghostwire Tokyo, I think Doom Eternal and Deathloop also from Bethesda. I also think The Outer Worlds is probably the most interesting game, other than, you know, Also, No More Heroes 3. Forgot about No More Heroes 3. I think Halo Infinite, that teaser is so good, and it's so inspiring for Halo Infinite. Compared to Halo 5, I shouldn't be hyped for teasers anymore. Halo 5 teased one of the most interesting stories in Halo history, and it failed. The gameplay was fun, the gunplay was fun, but it failed on a lot of aspects, and that's such a shame. You know, I want this game to deliver, because 343's Halos have delivered on 2 different fronts. Halo 4, really good story. Great story, I think. And has this air of kind of like, alright, it's done, kind of. Its multiplayer is awful. I hate it. I hate it so much. But Halo 5 is the inverse. Its single player is, like, so forgettable, it's not even funny. But its multiplayer is so much fun, and perhaps one of the best since, like, Halo 2 and 3, and Reach. I'll give Reach a bonus on that. I want them to do well with this. And it being a Scarlet launch title, or at least, like, launch window, that's great. That is one of the most exciting things for me. So, I'm ready for next year to be decent for Halo. It's been a while, is all I'll say. It's been, sadly, a while for that. Okay, so Charlie Painter comes in with 3, and I'm gonna knock out all 3 here. Do you keep up with a lot of controversy, beauty gurus, content cops, etc.? And if so, what do you think of it? The beauty guru scene is nightmarish. It is a whole bunch of wolves eating wolves. And I feel terrified for anybody in that community. You are treading on thin ice in any moment. I try to keep up with that, but that's like, there is so much, I know they call it tea, but I feel like me saying that would be kind of like saying, how do you do, fellow kids? But the tea spilling stuff is just, it's fucking insane. I feel sorry for people in that community. It's harsh. Content cops, like I said, I love a good breakdown. I love, you know, when someone like breaks down a movie and is like, okay, this is what this means, this is what that means. And it's the same thing when somebody rips apart someone's content. And I'll admit, one day someone will probably do it for me, and I will probably watch the whole fucking thing. So I like seeing something tore apart and reassembled. And that's what a content cop does. A content cop tears apart the content, looks at it, reassembles it, and gives a full all-around criticism. That's why I'm always constantly waiting for iDubbbz to upload a new one. His content cop for Rice Gum is one of the most genuinely savage things I've ever seen someone do to a channel. Same thing with Leafy. I'd say looking back now, Keemstar should have taken more of a hit. And I'm gonna say this right now, I really wish one for Tana Mojo had killed her career, so I'd never have to hear about her again. If I never heard about Tana Mojo, I think I'd be fine. I never knew of her until the content cop, but that's one. That's one I wish would kill the channel. Can you speak any other language? I can read other languages, but I can't really speak them. I took a lot of... I live in a high Asian area, my locale, where there's a lot of Japanese workers. There's a few factories that are related to Japanese companies around where I live, and I can read kanji, but I can't really write it, and I can't speak it very well. Like, I've attempted, but I've been told it sounds awful. Playing the instruments. I played the piano for a couple of years, and I've got a keyboard. I just don't do anything with it. I am not, like, I'm not really talented with music. I just play it for fun. You know, there's some really great YouTubers who are talented in music. You've got, like, Nakey Jakey. He's fucking great, and I recommend listening to this song. There's going to be a card for it. Listen to it. And, you know, There's a ton of them that are really good. I think I'm drawing a blank. Rusty Cage. Rusty Cage is insane when it comes to music. His cover of Wu-Tang Ain't Nothing to Fuck With is amazing, and it's one of the it's good enough for me to want to buy. I think it was on the album that he put White Girls Fuck Dogs, which I used in the Winnie, Wisconsin video, which I actually emailed him about. I'm like, hey, are you cool with me using this? Because it fits for the video. And he's like, sure, send me a link to when it comes out. I don't know if Rusty Cage ever saw my video, but I hope he did. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. And I'm gonna try to keep reaction commentary alive. I like the old days. I remember, I shouldn't say I like the old days, because the old days was mostly like Leafy. Leafy had his problems, very notable, very public problems. I feel like I'm making different content than him, but I still watch a lot of reaction commentary, which I see there's comments right down below, and I'll talk about that. Game Bob one day ago, are you interested in gaming with some other YouTubers? If so, hit me up, man. I'm on Twitter. Alright, I'll hit you up later. Right now, this week is gonna be a lot of insanely busy stuff for me. That's why there's not gonna be a real, like, main upload, because I'm still, like, working on stuff, but I will hit you up when I get a chance. Are there any small YouTubers you like? Yeah, we're gonna go a little bit deeper on this question. I'm pulling up my phone, because I took screenshots for this one, because I was like, I know I'm gonna need to talk about this one later. And my phone is just being lazy, so we're gonna read the a couple of the other parts of this one here. Opinion on the commentary community, I like it. I watch a lot of YouTubers like Kappa Kaiju, Quite, FPS Diesel. I'm trying to find the photo app on my phone. I'm a boomer, I'll admit that. Okay, screenshots, here we go. So yeah, smaller channels, a few of these people are my friends, I will admit that. I'm gonna say smaller is like under 250k. So, Renegade Operative, he's one of my good friends, and I've been on a few of his podcasts. Also, the Infinite Ammo Syndicate, which is his podcast group. Pluff Nub is a really good, like, music remix channel. Like, makes some insane stuff. I'm gonna break my rule here a little bit. Let me explain. He's a film reviewer. He's really good at it. He also does the A to Z show, which I think has less subscribers than Let Me Explain, but his videos are really good. Mr. Saints Godzilla 21, he makes a whole bunch of Saints Row 1 and 2 related stuff. It's really good. Of course, Kappa Kaiju. Filminto, he's really good too. Makes insane film analysis videos. Tyler Tube, who does a whole bunch of just putting stuff in jars and letting it set for a month and showing what it looks like after. Good Bad Flicks, I'd say, is right under 250k at this point. Really good. And I'm listening to film analysis and stuff, as you can tell. There's a really good a music remix outfit called The Reflex, which their remix of, I think it's I'm trying to remember, Rock With You, from Michael Jackson, and Everything She Wants by Wham are amazing, and I love them. You know, Biodevil Dom, another one of my friends. Bitwit, although he's 1.5 million subscribers, more people should watch him. Wavy Web Surfs, I think just above 250. Stop Drop and Retro, of course Claw. Thor High Heels is only at like 36,000. He's really good. Amanda the Jedi, Crimson Rogue, I think is at 68k. Another really underrated, because I'm one of the big videos I'm working on is about a video game, and there's a reference to number stations in a video game. You know what I'm talking about now at this point. I'm sorry, but I'm making a video about it. And Dark Histories is a podcast, and they have a whole insane episode about number stations, and it's amazing, and you should watch them. You know, FPS Diesel's under 150. Definitely subscribe to him. There's more I know I'm missing out on, but we're at 21 minutes now total, so on my recording. I don't know what it is when I cut it, it'll be on screen. But we got a whole bunch of you know, a whole bunch of more to talk about, so we're gonna just go down. What type of relationship do you want with your viewers? Like, are you comfortable with personal questions? You know, I'm fine with personal questions as long as it's not like, where's your address? Shit like that. You know, as long as nobody's just, like, deliberately trying to get shit from me, we're good. As long as people just are normal. Just be normal. Don't be, like, you know, just don't be a dick. Okay, so this is, I'm scrolling down, and the way it's routed is how I favorited everything of the past, and then the later ones, so just fucked. So yeah, the Ocean Eyes comment, do you enjoy doing this type of content? If so, what inspired you to do it? If not, what did you really want to do it first? I would love to make, like, really long-form gaming analysis videos, where it's just me going really deep into a topic. Nobody would watch it. I know that. Because I'd be going into, like, Silent Hill 2 and explaining, like, you know, exactly the kind of emotions I felt when I first played it. Nobody would watch it. It would literally just be me, like, it'd be me for me, and in the worst way possible. Where it's like, you know, man, this game, it sounds amazing, it looks amazing, it's, oh, and look at that, look at that. Yeah, it would just be that. So now you see says, why did you start YouTube? This is a couple more parts here, so I'm just gonna go in like that. Why did I start? I think I mentioned it earlier with but I started YouTube because I like making stuff. I get bored easily if I don't do something, and I figured I'd take my ideas and put it in, like, a creative way instead of just, oh, I'm playing Halo 2 again. Mind you, I do both, so usually videos, I guess recently they haven't taken as long because I've been more motivated and I've had more time, somewhat more time, but I've had better computers and stuff over the years. So I kind of was like, all right, you know, I'll start working on stuff again. You can tell my upload schedule, and some of the older videos, please don't watch, some of them are really bad. But you can tell in the older videos there was always a gap because I was like, well, I don't know what to do. You know, oh hey, this video got like 100 views, and 100 views is still good to me, but it was very demotivating back in the day where it's like, huh, okay, all right. And then how do you deal with trolls? See, I've spent a lot of time on the internet. I spent a lot of time on 4chan, forums over the years. The best way to deal with trolls is to rib them back. Is to kind of like give a little jab back. It's kind of like most trolls don't expect you to say anything back to them, or they expect you to get angry with them. If you give them an equal amount of shit, they won't really know what to do. I mean, I spent a lot of time on, you know, 4chan, where people will just shitpost 24/7 and troll around. It's kind of just, you know, rolling with the punches. Or, the best way, honestly, other than that, is just kind of ignore them. If you let people just say what they want, eventually they will just go away. It's weird, but it works. Chibler Lee, you're a gym, you are. What's your audience like, i.e. where are they from, etc.? As I go into my analytics, mind you, it's asking me to do the new advanced features, hang on. So I can't show everything in my analytics because YouTube's a little weird. But from what I can see, and this is from the top here, I'm gonna screenshot it. So the top watch time is the United States, which, understandable, United States, huge. United Kingdom 9.5, Canada 7.5, Australia 3.5, 2.9 Germany. The gender difference, which I never expected this out of my channel, male 19% and female 81%, which is insane and awesome. I never thought I'd see that weird pie chart. Just this whole pie chart's kind of like, huh, okay. My channel is very old, and by that I mean I created this channel in 2010, and I use it for mostly just like uploading things I needed to at the point. And there's been some I've kept over the years where I'm just like, I'm gonna leave this up and that up. But this has been the most views I've had ever, and it's been insane. Everything like on my analytics is up, even dislikes, which I'll accept because dislikes exist for a reason. It's insane to see that many people and that many numbers for me. So yeah, that's where my audience is from and what the audience is like. Are there any YouTubers that inspired you to start making videos? Also, who are your favorite YouTubers that you currently watch? I favorite YouTubers, you know, I mentioned a lot of them before. You know, I think my favorite YouTubers, you know, Red Letter Media, like Red Letter Media Claw. I'm friends with him, so I probably shouldn't say my favorite YouTuber because that's a little biased. But you know, I spent a lot of time in the early days of YouTube, so people like Cinemassacre. Who's the Charlie the Unicorn guy? I really loved his shit back in the day. I'll have it on screen here. I grew up with that kind of stuff also. I didn't make a channel for 2 years. The channel was like, I want to comment on somebody's video. But yeah, a lot of other like weird stuff like that, but Red Letter Media is probably like my favorite one to watch. Like anytime I get an upload notification, I pretty much stop what I'm doing. You know, other film analysis stuff, like also Elvis the Alien, he's really good. Critical, Tyler Tube, some of the more newer ones, it's recent one I like. The Modern Rogue is a really good channel, one of my favorite channels to watch right now. Also similar to, anytime I get a notification from them, it's kind of like when I get a notification from Red Letter Media. Let's see, what else? Reesevic, he does some really good shit. It's one of the better, like, just channels for gaming. This guy used to be called Xbox Ahoy, but he's just called Ahoy now. He does some really great, amazing videos about video game weaponry. He just does great videos, and he puts out... It takes a few months to get them, but he makes some of the just greatest videos. The Thompson one is iconic for me. He, like, genuine quality content that you don't get anywhere else regarding weaponry in video games, which seems weird. But he also has retro videos on... he has videos on Polybius, which, if you've heard the story of that, or even if you haven't, and you have an hour, go watch a Polybius video. I'm going to put a card for it, because it's that good. Same with the Nakey Jakey song. Click the cards for these, they're great. He deserves a lot more love and a lot more respect, and I'm always going to say that. His content's perfect, I think. It's the kind of content I wish I had the time and talent to make. But there's a lot that inspired me to start making videos over the years, and it's interesting, you know? Zero Swizz, yeah. Can you shout me out, bro? My channel got banned, so I had to make a new one. I had like 1K subs. His channel's in the description if you want to check it out. It's down below. Justice Sin, I have 2 questions. What's your favorite sandwich? That's a tough one. It's hard to beat anything from Chick-fil-A, sandwich-wise. Like, their chicken is top-notch. But then you also got the roast beef sandwiches from Arby's, which are straight up some of the best sandwiches there. It really does depend. You know, you gotta... Like, if we're going, like, fast food or restaurants, there are a few that are just hard to beat. You know, Red Robin has great sandwiches, same with Culver's. I'd have to say probably Arby's roast beef. That's for me. I can tear up like 20 of those. Another question is a loaf of bread count as a bread sandwich? Technically, you could count it as a bread sandwich, or you could count it as multiple sandwiches of bread. Edit, if that is you playing My Friend Pedro, I will find you and make you eat a sandwich. I love that game. This is not an advertisement. I don't know if they sell it on Amazon, so I'm not going to post an affiliate link, even if they did. My Friend Pedro, I picked it up on the Switch for 16 bucks. I finished it. I immediately bought it on Steam. It is one of the best games this year. Hands down, bar none. It might actually be my favorite game this year so far. It's rare that I buy a game again after finishing it, but I recommend it. Can you make a more? Abby C says, "Can you make more Onision videos?" Also, I love your videos. Thank you, Abby. I'm working on a couple. I might actually do. I might do on the 4th of July because I have that whole day off. I might get drunk and do a live stream of Onision's fun little sex doll escapade. If you've heard what's going on recently. The fact that he spent somewhere, I'm going to assume in a ballpark range of like $2,000 to $3,000 for a blow-up doll to make content with. I might. Nick Potts, what are your plans for this channel? Is there anything you want to do? I do have plans for this channel. When we hit 10 to 20k, somewhere in that range, I'm going to hire an editor, someone to help me make more content. Right now, it is just me. I work 2 jobs. I'm studying, and I might be working another job after that. I might quit one of the jobs, but I have not a lot of free time. My social events are very slim, so I'm pretty good at having free time when I have it, but I haven't had the ability to edit as much, and if I get that big, hiring an editor will help me improve the content and put out more content. I do want to do some television analysis over time, some commentary, some analysis. A planned idea I have is for best first season, or best season, so something like 1 gold season or 1 gold episode. Actually, like focusing on like episodes that are like the best of one show and figuring out why it worked, and seasons of a show where it's like, this show is amazing from this season, should you watch it after? Some ideas of shows like that are shows like The Flash, Mr. Robot, Legion, you know, stuff like that. And then at the end of the year, no matter what, I'm doing at the very least an hour-long analysis of a television director that I love, who has made a ton of shows, but always been screwed over in like one or multiple aspects. If you watch NBC between 2012 and 2015, you know exactly what I mean, or who I'm talking about. Brian Fuller. I'm just gonna say Brian Fuller. I'm talking about how Hannibal and Pushing Daisies and Dead Like Me, Wonder Falls, all of these shows that were so good, that were ahead of their time, always got killed off right before they got even better than they were. That's a planned thing. I'm gonna try to do something big like that more often. If I have an editor, that'll come out before the end of the year. That'll come out like maybe September, October, something, you know, sooner than that. But that's like a whole long thing that'll take a lot of time and a lot of writing, and that's just like spitballing the future. That's, again, 10 or 20k. Next year, the plan is VidCon 2020. I will be going to VidCon 2020. Maybe even TwitchCon. I'm not sure. If things go really well and the channel takes off, then I will definitely do E3 2020, which has been going to E3 has been a dream of mine since 2002. So that will be something that's down the road. That is next June. That is 11 months from now. So the whole world could change. They could even not do E3. They will, but that's just... yeah. That's down the road. That's not anything to really worry about too much. I think we're gonna work on the channel now and focus on the here and now more. But that's sort of the plans I have. And then we have from Comrade, not a commie, Jinjin. Are you a feeder or a furry? My name's not either Josh from Kiwi Farms or Kirova Wolf, so I'm neither. I don't even know why this comment's a thing, but I'll accept it, sure. I'm neither a feeder or a furry, so I keep forgetting feeder's a thing, so I'm always like, huh, that's a word. And then now to the final question, which was my own that I wrote up, but I want to save this for the end because we're not going to really talk about it too much until like later on in the channel's lifetime. I do technically have a Patreon. I made one back in May because Patreon was about to change everything for newer users. So I genuinely just decided to make it and not advertise it. I've put it in a few descriptions, like at the far bottom, where I don't expect anybody to click or look at it. And it's not finished at all, and I'm not even going to advertise it until like later. But if you want to see it, it's down there in the description. It's Fuzhou YT. It's set up for whenever I make a Discord. I don't have a Discord right now, so there's not even a worry for that. But it does have something that I want to get feedback from people. The super early access idea, which is, you know, I'm gonna make some merch, and if you were in the $50 tier, which I put a 7-person limit on because I don't feel like even some people are gonna pay for it, but I was going to send you like the first samples. Like, I get a sample, you guys get the samples, try it. If you like it, then it goes to the full store, kind of thing. That's down the road. That's not even something I think people should even think about. But for now, the Patreon is not important. Honestly, you're not gonna see me advertise this for a long time in videos. It'll be in the description, and if somebody does sign up, they will be named in the end credits, but you don't need to worry about it now. It's nothing for now. So this is the end of this. This was just kind of off the cuff, and I'm just rambling, and I cut some of this, but I didn't cut it to like hell and high water like I do a normal video. So you got everything. You got the me kind of breathing in between, like, speaking. Because when I'm recording videos, I do that with my mouth. You got me drinking a Dr. Pepper from McDonald's because I was eating. And you've got just all those mistakes and the laughs and all that. So this is the end of the first Q&A video. The next one we'll do will be 10K, which, going at the rate it's going, I will make another Q&A video in a week. Alright, I'm fine with that. You know, it's impressing me a lot that I never thought it would be this big, this channel. I was of the belief that YouTube kind of just was like throttling it down a little bit. Because I've heard YouTube does that, where it's like kind of, oh, we got a new comment. Shit. I'm gonna cut this one in, because I've already recorded the rest of this, and I'm gonna just make this one unlisted after this. Okay. How often do you plan on uploading videos? If you look at my past history, it's not been a great, not been a great amount of speed and time doing it. What did I just say? Jesus. I've never been really fast at doing that. I'm starting to work on doing it faster. I'm trying to get at least like one every 2 weeks at the very least, or once every week. Whenever I get an editor, whenever I start working with an editor, it's going to be once every week for sure. Like, I'm gonna segment things out and plan them ahead. Now I kind of just do it as I do it. The Onision and Seer video had a, I think one of the fastest turnarounds for a video I've had in a while. Okay, YouTube's having an issue signing me in. Great. Is YouTube down again? No, it just... Okay. Alright, YouTube's just having issues. I'm gonna cut that. You know, I'm gonna try to upload more and more frequently. And it's a problem of I don't want to rush a video till, like, I think it's finished. Until I feel like, alright, I've got the hook, I've got everything that I need. It's kind of like writing, you know, kind of like a little chapter of a book where you're like, okay, this has to go through here and work. And some people are better at it than others. I'm not great. I try to always make something interesting, you know? And it's hard to make something that isn't interesting. Now, in the long term, this channel will still make the kind of content that you're seeing for now. Alright, future me from about 12 hours later, almost 12 hours at this point. I unlisted a video thinking, okay, if I unlist it, nobody's gonna comment on it, right? Turns out I forgot to leave a comment on the Onision and Seer video, so... I got a couple more comments that I'm gonna mention, and we're gonna roll the outro I originally recorded. So... from Zero Swizz, okay, you just had 1K. How do you already have 2K in just a few days? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I'm now, at time of recording, which is 8:11 a.m. on Tuesday the 2nd, at 2,373 subscribers, which is insane and amazing. And going through Social Blade, like Monday I had 750 people subscribe, and so far, Tuesday, from, you know, 12:01 a.m. to currently 8:11, I've had 397, which is insane to me, and this is the kind of numbers I never, like I said before, I never expected to get, so I'm genuinely impressed and proud. And then the second comment, if I can go back to the right page here, from Ionic Duration, I am going to screw that name up, and I am so sorry. What prompted the series to start all this craziness? The Shiloh situation always bugged me, given that everyone seemed to forget it. I thought it was a great starting point. For that one, I remember reading about it from, like, forums, because I spent a lot of time on, you know, stuff like, as I mentioned earlier, I spent a lot of time on 4chan and stuff like that. And I remember people would post about Onision every once in a while. And when this one happened, it was kind of insane. Like, everyone was really pissed off. And I had a vague memory of it. And as I was, like, thinking about something to upload, I was like, you know, I want to look into some older drama and kind of, like, look into what happened. And kind of react to it and talk about it. And the Onision and Shiloh one was genuinely a little, like, unnerving. And you have a little side part here where it says, for those arguing over its realness, it can easily be dissociation represented in so many ways, and even if that particular part was fake, the instability that was taken advantage of later was not, and that's just as disturbing. Broader perspective is really important. I agree, and plus, also, even if it is fake, that brings a different kind of, like, scumminess to Greg's character. Because it's essentially just abusing mental health and, you know, the worry and fear people have over their own mental health for money, which, you know, I think is scumbaggish. That's just me. That's the kind of shit where if I knew someone was doing it, I'd cut them out of my life immediately. But, you know, this series is something I was like, I wanted to do kind of just, like, I'll walk back through old shit and just kind of figure out like why and how. I think I do have the Seer video pretty well, where it's kind of like I go through, you know, my opinion on that, and then go through what he did and just kind of like piece it together. I hold by my opinions in both the videos. I don't think you should like get rid of friends just because they voted for somebody. That's me. A lot of his series is pretty much, hey, here's this thing, here's my opinion on it, and go from there. A lot of people express their opinions on it. Some people agree with me on the friendship thing, some people don't, and that's fine. It's my opinion, you guys have your opinion, and that's fine. But yeah, I feel like the first video is kind of real, at least. There's something there. If not, Shiloh is an amazing actor. She should get into film. If it's fake. She would be loaded if she was that kind of acting prowess. Some people, you know, obviously brought up the show DID. Some people brought up seizures, which that was something I didn't think about until I rewatched it after people said that. I'm like, okay, that makes more sense when you look into the effects that some seizures can have. Alright, we're going to cut down to the original audio because I've kind of finished everything I need to say here. So here's me wrapping it up and the outro. Thanks for watching, by the way. I'm just going to say that. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Now, for everybody, thank you for coming in and, you know, asking questions and subscribing. This has been insane for me, and I hope I can live up to your expectations, which is all people can ask for, especially nowadays. Thanks for 1K, 1.5K, and shit, by the time I upload this, 2K. I'm both incredibly humbled and I'm kind of proud of the fact that like something I did made people that happy to want to subscribe. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna hit hopefully 10K by the end of the month. We're gonna hopefully hit 100K by the end of the year. We're gonna go nuts. And I'm gonna announce this, and I'll when I finally get community posts, God willing, by the 4th, I'm going to post about doing a semi-drunk live stream on the 4th of July, where I look through the Onision Love Doll video, play some video games. I'm thinking I kind of want to do. I want to do something interesting. I don't know what game we're gonna play yet, but we're gonna play something. Maybe Judgment. I've been meaning to finish that game. I need to put some time into that game. But we're going to go through and work on something, and we're gonna do a live reaction commentary. So hopefully that's good. If you liked this, hit like. If you want to talk, tell you what we're gonna do. For the 10K video, I want you to comment. That burp hurt. That burp hurt. Oh god. For the 10K video, please go down below, comment for that one, because one, we're not gonna hit 10K for a tiny bit, so this preps me for comments, and this means I actually can think of things beforehand. And this allows you guys to like plan out what you want to say a little better than just like, oh hey, I'm gonna make a 1K thing, and then oh hey, it's almost 2K. So yeah, have a good one. Take it easy. I'm gonna edit this rambling video, which means it's gonna be a little nightmarish, and you're gonna hear some cuts, but I'm not gonna edit it too much compared to normal videos. You can see why I edit these, can't you? Alright, have a good night.